My name is Son, you're watching the transfer show on the Football Corner. Let's get into the latest transfer rumours revolving around Arsenal. Welcome back to the channel. Firstly, if you're new, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and let's get into these transfer rumours. Now, getting on to story number one. Simons of PSV. Listen, it looks like we're showing some interest, not actually putting any bids or started talking to the player or anything yet, but club looks like it's interested in the player. From what we can see on the screen, looks like Arsenal now the most concrete option for Xavi Simons. The London club have noticed the player, and also his agent is the son of David Dein. So David Dein's son is his agent, which could help us in negotiations as well, because listen, as we know, David Dein holds Arsenal dear to his heart. So, you know, listen, we can hopefully use that to help him come to the Emirates, and listen, it could work out for us. But yeah, hopefully we could see Xavi Simons if the club decide to put in a bid or try and sort out a deal with the player. We could see something happen with this, but at the moment we are the most concrete option for the player, and Arsenal at the moment have noticed the player. No official bids or no talks with the player yet. Yeah, we got to see how this one goes. I would like to see him at the Emirates. I mean, when we came up against him when he was playing in the Europa League, he was insane. I think they were playing him on the right wing at the time, but even then he was still drifting into the middle, just covering a load of different areas on the pitch. You know, such a versatile player. So for me, I want to see him at the club, and yeah, I think it would be great. Number two is William Saliba. Now, William Saliba's contract situation has been very up and down. We've been told one thing and then told a different thing. So at the moment, it is a bit confusing. But with recent reports that have come out from the Arsenal Informer, looks like they've said exclusive update, was fortunate enough to speak to the contact close to William Saliba's camp. £120,000 per week, quoted by the media, was offered way back in January. There was a few offers made that were below par, most recent being made before the trip to Cameroon with the agent. He expects that the next offer will be the correct mark and will see him have a salary that will be one of the top for Arsenal. Now, what we could take from that is obviously the next salary or the next wage contract that they're going to offer him will see him become one of the top earners at Arsenal. Now, I don't really have a problem with that, because for me, you have to pay these players well, otherwise they'll just go somewhere where they can get that money. Now, for me, listen, William Saliba, we haven't treated him right from the time he first came to this club. He was never given an opportunity. Sent out on loan 3 times. When he constantly said that he wanted to play for Arsenal, he wanted to play for the club, he didn't want to go out on loan. But either way, he got told that he's got to go out on loan, and he's still done it and went and done the job. Now that he's got 1 year left on his contract and he's pushing back, I've heard fans start saying, oh, you know, he's money driven, he's just chasing the money, it's not good to have a player that chases the money. But the thing is, you have to understand, like, he's got a short career and he's already wasted 3 years going on loan at different clubs when he signed for Arsenal. You know what I mean? So, and he's a very good centre-back. A very good centre-back. He's young and he's got a lot to learn, but he's still very good at this young age. So, for us, it will be the most important thing we can do at the moment is we can tie him down to a long-term deal. That will be the absolute best thing, because he is so important to our system, he's so important to our team, and he's so important to the way that we play. So for me, I need to tie him down to a long-term contract, a 4 or 5 year deal with an additional year extension. Now moving on to story number 3, which is Declan Rice. Now Declan Rice As we know, there's been multiple stories going around. There's been stories of him talking to, or his representatives talking to Bayern Munich and Thomas Tuchel, and there's been other stories saying that he only wants Arsenal. He's given Arteta his word that he's going to join. And there's also been stories where he's actually trying to inform West Ham that his only preferred location is Arsenal. Now, for me, listen, this is a midfielder that we need to bring. It's very important that we bring Declan Rice to the Emirates, because he is, firstly, he could be a future captain. He's also mature for his age, an England international, shown that he can do it, shown that he can carry a team. So listen, for me, he's ready to step up to the big stage. He's ready to play in the Champions League. He's ready to play games week in, week out for the big clubs and play against the big clubs. So for me, I would bring him in ASAP. Now, apparently we're respecting West Ham and waiting until after the Europa Conference League final to actually make contact or make our official bid. But hopefully, once that's done and once the final's done, we can get this deal wrapped up very quickly, as there are people that would like to also get his signature. I think there's a deal worth in the region of about 350k a week, with the transfer fee possibly going to be about 100 million. Now, for me, listen, I'll just spend it, just get him in, get him signed up, and let's just get him in before the pre-season starts, so we can have a proper pre-season and ready to go for the new season. Moving on to the other midfielder, story number 4, Moises Caicedo. Now, Brighton have actually came out and said that they are confident Arsenal will pay Moises Caicedo's transfer fee, which would go a long way to sealing a move to the Emirates Stadium for the Ecuadorian international. Football Transfers understands that the personal terms that Caicedo agreed with Arsenal in January still stand, and that the Gunners have held multiple conversations with the players' representatives. Now, this is important as well. If we can bring in Caicedo, obviously he's a versatile player. We saw from how Mikel Arteta was playing in the last 3 games, where he was doing this 3 at the back formation, where the number 6 or DM, defensive midfielder, falls into that right back position and holds that position as a right wing back or right back, moving up and down the pitch on the side. Now, for me, that's obviously another game plan that he's trying to try out, and with Caicedo, we know that works because he done it at Brighton. It seems that after that game against us, where he was doing it at Brighton against us at the Emirates, Mikel Arteta's tried to go in with this game plan, tried to use this game plan. So for me, I'll definitely go ahead with it. Try and get him in if we can. Listen, it's a lot of money going to be spent. I don't think we'll be able to get him, but yeah, listen, there's a lot of transfer fees going around in the region of the 70s and 80 millions. So listen, that's a lot of money to spend, but he's also a good player, and if we have to spend that money, we have to spend that money. But at the moment, we need to focus on getting Declan Rice in first, and all these other players, they're not the main priorities right now. Right now, the main priority is getting the Declan Rice deal sorted out, the William Saliba deal sorted out, and making sure that those people are brought into the club. Now, that's it for the transfer news for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said before, if you're new, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell notification so you're notified every time I make a video. And thank you very much for joining me. Love you. Come on, you Gunners. See you later.